We're after a new project manager to come join our company, Strafe Creative. And I thought, why not do a little bit of a different video? Why not kind of showcase it to the world, see if we can find the perfect project manager to come join our agency. And I'm going to run through things today. I'm going to show you a little bit of the job ad. I'm going to talk it through and hopefully give a little bit more personality to a very traditional standard thing that most people would normally see. So let's go from there. Now, of course, I don't want to just read this word for word to you. It would be the most boring thing in the world. So I will include a link down further in the links in the comments if you want to have a look at this anyway. But first place to start, let's just get the elephant in the room out of the way. It's going to be somewhere between 24 to 28K, depending on your experience. We are hybrid. The main office that you would be working from is the one in Nottingham. But to be honest, if you are working 99% of the time hybrid, that's not a problem, although we would like you to be UK based because we do want you coming in quarterly to a meeting that we have, as that we have a team day once a quarter. So it'd be nice to make sure that you guys can come into that. There's a little bit about us as a company, and you can obviously have a look at who that is. But from a project management point of view, it's obviously all about delivering the projects on time. I guess communication, facilitating those communications is really, really key. Building those relationships with the client becomes really important. And obviously working well with all of our staff becomes really key as well. There's obviously occasionally third-party communicators and providers that we need to get involved with, and we need to make sure that you can handle that too. We do have QA in-house, but we also want you involved in the QA, making sure that quality is really good and keeping everything to that really high standard that we expect here at Strafe. There's going to be things where you need to be doing prep for all of the designers and developers, making sure all of the briefs are together, making sure everyone understands the projects, and you should really be that central person that understands the project and can run through it with every single person. Okay, so how can you be successful? So really proactive attitude is going to be really key. Obviously, we are fast-paced. We're an agency. There's lots of different styles of projects that we're working on here. You also need the ability to liaise with clients, build rapport, get on with them, get them on side, and then work together to make sure the project is working as perfectly as it can. We want someone really detail-orientated who can make sure that nothing gets through those cracks to make sure everything is running as well as it possibly can. Obviously, we want you to be adaptable and quick to learn, right? We do have £1,000 budget that we will give you on a yearly basis to improve your skills and upskill yourself. So that's going to be there as an option as well, but that's only really for those people that are hungry for it. Now, it'd be great if you do have some design agency experience because you need to be working directly with the designers and the developers to push these projects all the way through. But we also appreciate if you're fairly new to design industry, but you've also worked in project management, that's still fine. So please still apply if you think you, of course, fit the rest of the bill. So we then start to list out these things, right? So we want proactive, we want clear communication, detail orientated. Those are really the big key things. Now, from a systems point of view, just for transparency on it, we use Monday.com for our operating system. We're a kind of Google company. We use BugHerd for all of our individual bug tracking. We use Content Snare as well as our CRM of choice. And we also use a combination of Miro. Figma, don't worry if you've not used that. It's obviously what the designers are mainly using, but you need to be able to check through Figma and make sure the designs are correct as well. And then don't worry too much if you've never worked with WordPress or anything else, but if you have done some form of just content updating, we're obviously not expecting you to have done any development, but if you've done any content updating, that would be brilliant too. And here's my little sales pattern now. So you can work from anywhere, fully remote. Flexible working hours, so you can start anywhere between 7 a.m. in the morning and then 9:30. So you need to have just started your shift, as it were, between those slots. But the other big thing to kind of highlight out to you is you do get an hour for lunch, and you also can take an additional hour. So if you want to take those together to take a doctor's appointment or go to the gym or have a nap, you can do that as long as you do your full 7 hours in that day. We don't mind if you kind of taking those breaks. We're also very family friendly with what we do, and we have an entire separate blog post that I'm not going to go into detail on, but we have a much better, I think, free-friendly policy than most agencies. We'll also pay for your eye care, so once a year we'll cover your eye tests, so you don't need to cover those. I mentioned the additional breaks. I've already mentioned the 1K additional personal fund that you'll get. There's also access up to £100 a month for monthly bonus schemes, so you've got that. If anybody wants the Headspace app, we'll pay for the year's subscription so you can make use of that. And we also have regular socials, and those socials move between in-person and virtual. Obviously, we understand that not everyone is going to be that close to Nottingham, so if you can only make the virtual ones, that's not a problem. But I think it's important that everyone gets to know each other outside of the work environment. And then lastly, we try to do our work for charity. We have a charity of the year that we go through as well. As I mentioned, there's a salary here somewhere between 24 and 28k, depending on experience, as well as the additional items that I've referenced on top of that. So your 100k a month would be on top, and your 1000k a year would also be on top of that as well. And if you want to apply, you can do that through the site, and I'll include the link for you to go through. I don't know if this will be of any interest. I don't know if anyone will watch it, but we just thought we'd try a slightly different way to advertise this job out. Any questions, just drop them in the comments below. Bye.